Look at that. 11 GPUs mining simultaneously on a single mining rig. (409 megahashes per second on Ethereum. So let's see how I did that. I will just write here all the steps and the hardware config that I am using. So I kind of used the cheapest parts. I don't run like i7 processors or DDR4. Let's start with the motherboard. So the motherboard is Age 110 Pro BTC Plus. So this is the motherboard, alright? Let's do it like this. Okay, then we got processor, which is an Intel G4560 3.5 gigahertz. Then we got RAM, which is 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM with a frequency of 1600 megahertz. Okay, and for now I'm running a normal HDD. It's a laptop HDD. Now this is a test for now, but I will for sure switch to my SSD, so this will be switched to SSD. Alright, so this is the main config of the hardware. It's not a big deal, as I said, kind of cheapest parts. So now let's see the steps that you have to do in order to your Windows to recognize the 11 GPUs and work with them. Now I heard that the Windows 10 is kind of handling 12 GPUs at the moment with the latest updates, but I cannot test it now because I only have 11 GPUs. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications, because if I will get some more GPUs, I will do another tutorial with a larger number of GPUs. So I'm using Windows 10 Pro 64-bit. The first step is to install the Windows. Alright, so let's see. First step, install Windows 10 Pro 64-bit. Okay, now after installation, the first thing you want to do is connect to the internet. If you don't have the drivers for the Ethernet, just install the drivers. So I will put the second step as the installation of the drivers. Now this is only if you don't already have them installed, right? So if the internet is not working, install the Ethernet drivers. Then the next step is to install all the Windows updates. So in order to do that, you will have to go to the Windows. So let's see, right over here I have the same Windows on this laptop, so you want to write update and go here, check for updates. This window will pop up, just hit check for updates, install all the updates you are seeing here. After you are installing the updates, check again until you see this, you're up to date. So if it says you're up to date, you're good to go. But even if it says this, just check one more time for updates. Okay, so hit the check for updates button and install all the updates. Now after that, you will see that you will have all the drivers installed, even for the GPUs. Let me just write here, I forgot to write what GPUs I'm using. So I have 9 1080s, I have 1 1070, and I have 1 1080 Ti. Okay, so these are the GPUs that I'm using. It is working because the driver is the same for the GPUs. I don't know if it will work if you have some other model of GPUs, but if they are using the same driver, it's working. Alright, so after you have installed the latest updates, you wanna go to this PC. In order to do that, just hit start, type in this, and you want to right click, go to the properties, device manager, and you will want to be checking if all your GPUs are listed in the display adapters section right here. So you will have all of your GPUs listed here. If they are listed, then you're good to go. If not, check your risers, maybe you have some bad connections or anything. It must work. Alright, so if you have all your GPUs listed here, you can go ahead and download your miner. Now I don't remember what's the miner that I'm using, but let me just check it out. Let's see if I can check that out. Yeah, I think I can. I have it on my Dropbox. Yeah, it's this one, Phoenix Miner 3.0. Okay, so this is the miner that I'm using. Let's write it down here. So this is the miner I'm using. Just download it and configure it. Now if I am going to download this miner, I will show you how to configure it. Let's see. So mine is already configured, but for the first time when you are downloading it, you can go ahead and right click on this batch file, hit edit, and you will want to put here your pool address. You can use this one for Ethereum, and just put in your wallet right over here, so it will kind of look like this. And if you want a worker name, just hit dot and you will have here the worker name. Okay, for example, rig1. This will be shown in the pool if you are searching for it. Okay, so the next thing, because you have many GPUs, and if you are using some cheap processor and only 8 gigs of RAM or less, as I'm doing, you wanna go to readme and search for, you don't want to do this, I will just tell you what to write down. You will have to put a space here and hit this, and type this code. Okay, and after you write this, just save the config file and you're good to go. So that's all. If you have any problems, just write a comment and I will try to fix it up for you. Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. Before starting the miner, because you have many GPUs, you will want to go to this PC. So right click, properties, and you're gonna go to advanced system settings. On the advanced tab, hit settings, and now on the advanced tab again, you wanna hit this button, change. Okay, and you will see that the virtual memory is on automatically. You have to uncheck this, custom size, and you wanna put here 16,000 megabytes on the initial size, and on the maximum size, depending on how many gigs of free space you are having on your HDD or on your SSD, I recommend you to put something like 50,000. Okay, hit set, okay, apply, okay. It will ask you for a reboot the system, and then you can run the miner. So that's all.